Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a travel vlog for you, but it's going to be a little bit different for circumstances that were out of my control. So I just recently went to Florida. We split our trip into two. We spent some time in Coral Springs and then we went down to Miami and had a fun weekend. But my phone, which I was vlogging on, because you guys know I love to do my travel vlogs, not only for myself, but I do find a handful of people who do watch them and do appreciate them and ask me questions because they're traveling there soon or they're from there and they love to see the feedback. I usually always vlog on my vlog camera. But we were in Florida, we were going from place to place to place, we were in pool parties, we were in clubs, so I was like, I don't want to vlog on my camera. I don't want to be that person that's out with my camera. So I decided to vlog on my phone, which I've done before, totally normal, comes out just the same, but my phone broke in the middle of vacation. It actually broke the second to last day we were there, and I had a very, very good experience in the Lincoln Road, I think it was the Lincoln Mall Road, whatever that place is called, Apple. This woman, Angelica, helped me. She was a godsend savior. I had the best experience I've had in Apple that I ever had, and I've had so many bad experiences in Apple, especially in the last 6 months. So that this one person in this one store really gained my trust back in the company. But anyway, this is not about Apple. This is about our trip. So they told me that my phone iCloud backup went through literally 5 minutes before we were about to get rid of my own phone and get my new phone. So I'm like, oh my god, perfect, like good, all my pictures from vacation are going to be there because I haven't backed up my phone on iCloud since I left for vacation, so perfect, all my pictures and all my vlogs will be on there. Not the freaking case. So I get my new phone, I restore it, not all my pictures came up, there's only about like 28 pictures from vacation on there, but I was like, probably because I have to be on Wi-Fi. Once I get on Wi-Fi, they will all upload. Get on Wi-Fi, still don't upload. Well, when I get home and I get on a good Wi-Fi, get home, get on a good Wi-Fi, all my pictures come up. Yes, go to look at the ones from Miami, still only 28 pictures, no videos, nothing. So frustrating. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be on the cloud, 100% on the cloud. Go to the cloud, nothing's there. Only those 28 pictures. And mind you, 28 of those pictures are 10 pictures of me in the bathroom taking a selfie after a night out because I thought my eyes looked really blue. Like, they're not even pictures of freaking merit. It's so frustrating. And I've been home for about 2 days now and still nothing, so I've kind of gave up hope, and those pictures and those videos are gone, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Luckily, I have some pictures and little videos from Snapchat that were saved in Snapchat on my phone, and I also have a few pictures from Riley and Allie who came on the trip with me. But with that being said, I do have some vlog footage left from the last 2 days that we were there, so Sunday night and then Monday day. But again, I love travel videos. I love it for myself because I get to go look back on all my adventures and think little things that I probably would forget in a month or two or in a year or 5. They're all right there for me to see. And again, some of you do really enjoy them and have a lot of questions about places that I travel. So I do like putting that out there on the internet to have forever. So I'm going to kind of walk myself, my future self, and you guys through vacation with the pictures and videos that I have from Snapchat and from Riley and Allie. And then it will jump into the remaining vlog that I have from the rest of the trip. So starting off, we got there on a Wednesday, and like I said, we split our trip. So the first half we stayed with Allie's family, and they were so extremely nice and made us feel like we were on vacation and were just so generous to us, and I had an awesome time with her and her family and getting to know them all. So they live over in Coral Springs and they have a backyard and pool, so we were lounging out. They made food for us. Her one aunt made the bomb Aperol Spritz, and they were just feeding and giving us drinks, and it was just amazing. So the first day we kind of hung out at the pool, got a lot of color, and then that night we went to a restaurant called JB's in the Beach. And JB's in the Beach was beautiful. This was in Deerfield, Florida. I think it's like kind of near Fort Lauderdale maybe. But the restaurant was beautiful. You walk in and it feels like you're on a boat. And you walk in and there's a inside restaurant and there's an outside deck, and it's all over the water, like kind of hanging over the water. And it reminded me of Duke's in Malibu. If you guys haven't seen my LA vlogs, I'll leave that linked up on top. We went to Duke's Malibu, and that kind of water scene reminded me of it. So we went there for dinner. I had a watermelon martini. It was very good. Then we sat down and we got appetizers. We got lobster flatbread and galamad. And then for dinner I had a crab cake, and it was probably the best crab cake I had. Probably, well, one of the two best I have. I think that one was really good, and then the one that I had at the Central Park Boathouse, again, I'll link that up here. I have that on video as well. See, memories. Those were probably the two best crab cakes, but this one was different. This one had like avocado on it, and salsa, and like corn, and peppers, and it was in a bed of rice. It was very, very good. And then we got a dessert. I think it was like a brownie cookie dessert. It was very, very good. And then we went back home, and that was the first night. Second night, again, we woke up, laid it back by the pool, got as much color as we can, and then it was actually Allie's nanny's birthday, and she turned 90. And she came over, hung out by the pool with us, we ate, we chatted, got to know everyone again, and then we had dinner for Nanny, and her Aunt Patty made shrimp, like barbecue kebab things. We had potatoes, and it was very delicious. They were all phenomenal cooks, and I'm not used to that being at home. So it was nice to have a lot of home cooked meals. And then for dessert, we had, Aunt Patty made homemade cheesecake. It was so good. And then they got a king cake cake sent to them from New Orleans. And if you guys aren't familiar, king cake, a hidden baby, is baked into the cake, and whoever finds it gets a year of good luck, but they also have to buy the cake next year. So Nanny found the baby, and it was so cute the way she reacted to it. She was so excited. Yeah, and then that was that night. And then the next day, her aunt treated us to a spa day. So we went to a hotel called the Grand Pelican in Fort Lauderdale. And this hotel was so pretty too. It was so beachy, but it was like a very grand, like upper class swanky hotel. But like the outside was like beach shutters, and it was very open and airy, and you walk out, and again, it was another patio. And it was literally 3 steps down, and you were on the beach in Fort Lauderdale. Beautiful view. So we went there, we checked out the hotel, then we went upstairs to our spa. I believe the spa was called the Pure Spa, and we each got a facial, and it was so nice. I actually never gotten a facial before, and it was so relaxing, and I loved it. I'm definitely gonna book myself another one. But we went in, we got into our robes, and they put us in this little room, and this little room had 2 hanging like egg chairs, and it had a view of the ocean. We were on the 11th floor, and it was absolutely beautiful. And they give you like a glass of water and a plate of fruit, and you sign out like your waiver and what you're looking for in your spa day. And then we went in and we had our facials, and it was so good, and it was so good. Then we went downstairs after our facial and had lunch with Aunt Patty and Aunt Donna. And this day I had something that was very good, a jerk chicken wrap. Very, very good. And it was actually International Women's Day. So the hotel gave us each a glass of champagne to celebrate. So that was really cute and really special. And then that night we went to Aunt Donna's, and we hung out in the jacuzzi and went in the pool, and then they made us their ravioli, and they actually handmade the ravioli. And it was so funny because we were at dinner and they were like, this is a homemade recipe. I'm like, oh, the sauce, that's really good. They're like, no, the raviolis. And I'm not used to that at all. Like, I've never, the only thing I had made, I think, was like cookies, and maybe waffles, but like nothing of like merit. So I was so impressed they made all these raviolis. There was meat raviolis and cheese raviolis, and it was so delicious, and hats off to them. It was so, so good. And then we went in the jacuzzi a little bit more, and then we went to bed, and that was our last night in Coral Springs. So then on Saturday, we woke up really early, and Allie's aunts drove us down to Miami. It's about an hour away from them. And my sister Riley flew in to meet us on Saturday as well. So we're staying at the Lowe's Hotel. So we pull in. The hotel is phenomenal. It's absolutely beautiful. It was a little bit of a older clientele, which wasn't bad though. Like, it was people our age. We're older. We're 25. Riley's 29. So it was an older clientele, a lot of families, but it was nice because in Miami there's so much partying that you like kind of need that break too. So the first thing we did, the hotel room wasn't ready, so me and Allie were already changed. Riley just flew in, so she got changed. We went out straight to the pool, and they had this beautiful pool. It was huge, and there was like these 3 tiled palm trees on the floor, and it was beautiful, and umbrellas and all these lounge chairs, and they had the pool boards, and my favorite because you never have to get up. You can get all the chips and guacamole you want, and it was just beautiful. And then this hotel too was right on the beach, so you go through the gate that's in the pool, and there's like that brick pathway that runs all down South Beach, and then right across is their beach. So what was cool about this hotel too, it's a resort, so you get all the resort amenities. So you have the chairs out on the beach, the umbrellas, the service, but then you also had water sport activities like paddle boarding, jet skiing, a banana boat in the morning, boogie boarding. So anything that you really wanted to do, Lowe's had there for you. So the first day we went out to the beach and we kind of just baked in the sun. This was Riley's first day, so she made sure she needed to catch up to us in our tan. So we were on the beach, we each got a drink. Allie and I decided that we were going to try a different drink every time we got a drink. So we had like the Miami Express, we had a Bahama Mama, which wasn't new to us, but like we wanted one. I don't even remember the second two. One was a margarita. And the other one was like, wasn't a frozen drink, but it was very, very good. And then we also got some chips and guacamole, and we took some pictures. There was this really cool, as you guys probably know, there's like colorful lifeguard stands, so we had a little photo shoot there. And we didn't go in the water was a little rough that day, but we went and like hopped into the pool every once in a while. So we were probably out until like 4:30 that day, maybe 5, and then we went back and laid by the pool, and then we went upstairs to get ready for the night. So that night we had reservations at the Versace mansion, and it was so cool. So it's the actual Versace mansion. You walk in and it's cool because it obviously was a house people were living in at one moment, and they turned it into a restaurant. The restaurant's called Gianni's. So you walk in and it's like this main courtyard, and the whole mansion is like open. So you look up and the sky's open, but then like the outside columns all lead to a different room. So they take you through this area, and there's a semicircle patio, and there's people sitting there, and then there's 2 stairs on either side, and you come down and it's a big brick and grass patio, and there's more tables there, and you're right in front of the world famous Versace pool and the fountains. So you're eating outside and you are just looking at this beautiful view. It was really good, and it wasn't too expensive. We each got an entree and a drink, and it was about $68 each with tip was included. So that's not bad at all. That's like, I would spend that here on a normal, not maybe a normal day, but like a Friday night out before we go out, you know, like at a nicer restaurant. I got the black squid ink linguine with octopus, shrimp, and scallops, and it was so good. Allie got the same thing, and then Riley got like a normal pasta with like red sauce, and she said it was really good too. We took a lot of pictures there, kind of walked around the mansion that we could see, because it is a hotel as well, so there are guests in the hotel. Then after that, so that night, we were either going to go to Story or this place called Rockwell. I mean, all 3 of us have never heard of Rockwell, but we've obviously heard of Story. It's like the place to go when you're in South Beach. It's owned by Liv, which is a little bit, I think, more known the name. It's owned by the same place. Story's a little bit more hip-hop. Liv is a little bit more like clubby, techno, house music. So DJ Khaled was at Story, and then nobody was at Rockwell. But we were kind of like, if we're going to be in Miami, we don't know when we're coming back. This is all our first times here. We're going to do it. So we linked up with the promoter, and we went to a open bar first. So I forget the name of the hotel. I think it was like the Fairwind or the Windward, something like that. So we went to this hotel, and they had an outdoor patio, and there was lights hanging, and they had like a bar underneath it, like a hanging thing, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. And there's a big patio with patio furniture, and there's one long fountain pond thing. So it was like a pretty atmosphere. We met a few people there. We met 2 kids from England who were really funny. And then we met a group of girls, and one of the girls ended up actually being not too far from where we're from, and we knew some of the same people. So it was such a small world. It's funny how things like that work out. So we had our open bar there, and then the promoter takes you in a limo, which is so weird, but whatever, it worked out. Allie just got $40 for her drink that she got for free, and we are in a limo. What is going on? They take you to a limo down to Story, and then you cut the line and you go in. So it worked out. It was crazy. Like when we pulled up to Story, the entire street and sidewalk was flooded with people. And what we didn't realize is, because we're not in college anymore, we went down and it was spring break for a lot of schools. We met a lot of kids from Ohio, and it was like mobbed. But it was like a good kind of mob. Like it was fun, you know? So we went into Story, and DJ Khaled was obviously going to be there. The whole place is packed. It's like a 2-floor place. They played really good music, like top 40 hip-hop music. Not too much house music, which is I like, because I don't like that kind of music. I'm more of a hip-hop, top 40 pop person. I think we all are, so it kind of worked out for the best. And then about 3 o'clock, I want to say, 3 in the morning, DJ Khaled came out. He was out for not even 15 minutes, maybe like 10 minutes, did a few of his songs, and he just kind of saying like, another one, I'm the one, key, like just like things over the music. And we've seen him open up for Demi Lovato, so we kind of knew what to expect. So he's on only for a little bit. So then around like 4 a.m. we decided to leave. It was like a long day. Riley's been up like 24 hours by this point. So we decided to leave, and this is where it gets really good. So there's a football player. His name is Todd Gurley. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he's also the highest paid running back in the league. Like, he's a well-known person. We're fans of the Rams. They're like both of our like second team, I would say. She's a Giants fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. Allie is a Packers fan, but she doesn't follow football as much as we do. But we knew that Todd Gurley was in Miami for a few weeks, and he went to a restaurant that we have reservations at the next day. So we're both like, oh my god, wouldn't that be so funny if we saw Todd Gurley? Like, nah, it probably wouldn't happen. So we're leaving the club. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're walking out, you know, walking. And so I'm like, Riley. I was like, I think that's Todd Gurley. So we're like, oh my god, it is. It's him. So he's like in a booth, but it's not like a closed out VIP booth. Like, it's right on the floor. Like, anybody can walk up to him. He can walk out whenever he wants. So I marched right up. I'm like, I said something. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what I said, but if not, it was along the lines of this. I walked up and said, I just have to tell you, you are a phenomenal player, and I got the chance to see you guys play in LA in September. You guys had an incredible season. And he's like, thank you, and shook my hand. And he was nice. He wasn't rude, but he wasn't like overly nice, but he wasn't mean. So it was like kind of like an awkward like handshake. Like he honestly, I get it. He's I don't want to be bothered, but I could not miss this opportunity. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL. So like I'm just kind of like, okay. So I walked away. So we're like in our little group like to the side, and I'm like, I want to ask him for a picture, but I know he's going to say no, and I don't want to be embarrassed. But what happens if he says yes and I didn't ask, and then I regret it for the rest of my life? You know, one of those. So we were like debating, like, should we go over? We know he's going to say no. He's out. He doesn't want to be bothered. So Allie's like, I don't know him. I don't give a shit. So like, I'll go up and ask him. So Allie goes up and she just goes, can my friends take pictures with you? And he goes, didn't even say no, whatever. I knew that was going to happen. So we leave, we get in our Uber. So we just met Todd Gurley at Story. He wouldn't take a picture with us, but we did speak to him. He was kind of nice. I should have asked him for Jared Goff's phone number. It's my biggest regret in life to date. We go home, we get back to the hotel, probably like a little closer to 5. And that was our first night in Miami. So the second night we went to the SLS Hyde pool party, and this was all of our favorite part of the trip. So this was our favorite part of the trip. So we had another promoter for Hyde pool party. So we got there, he had a day bed with a few other girls, so we mixed and mingled with them, got to know them a little bit. And then like we were there pretty early to meet up with him, so it wasn't too crowded when we first got there. But in like a blink of an eye, there was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people there. And again, here too, they played really cool music. They had a long pool with like big floats in it. They had a duck and 3 unicorns and beach balls, and it was just like a party, and there was fog coming, and everyone was everywhere, dancing, jumping in the pool, playing chicken. It was like freaking crazy. The pool was disgusting though. So like I was saying, we got there a little bit early when nobody was really in the pool yet. So you can see how like foggy it was. Like they have a hotel pool that like the regular guests can go in, and there's like the pool party for the people who want to do the pool party. So we saw like the regular pool coming through the hotel. I'm like, oh my god, this pool's beautiful. It was crystal clear. Then you go to the pool party pool, and it is so, oh, it was gross. But I went in it, of course. Everyone was in it. But it was a lot of fun, good music, good people. We mixed and mingled with a few people, got to know some people, danced, just had a really good time. quite sure why I'm doing it. I know. We were born Lily Bell. So then we left the pool party probably around like 4:30, but at the pool party this is when my phone starts to go crazy. So I'm like texting friends and different words and letters are popping up, and then I'm trying to open apps and different apps are opening up. So we go back to the hotel, we eat like a late lunch, early dinner just to hold us up before we go to dinner because we had a later reservation again at 8:30. So I'm like, let me just like let my phone rest so I don't touch it during our meal. Go back upstairs, it's still not working, so I plug it in, I take a nap, wake up, it's still not working, and now it's even worse. There's 2 lines going down my screen. I did not drop it, and then my cellular device isn't working. So I called Apple, they tried to help me, wouldn't work, they got me an appointment, and then you guys know the story in the store at Apple, and they were so kind to us. So then we leave Apple and we meet Allie down at our next reservation. So we had reservations at Prime 112 and we had this recommended to us multiple times, and it's like the spot to be at. Like, you know how like Nobu's a spot to be at, or like Craig's in LA? This is the spot to be at in Miami. Like if you're somebody, you're there. There's a lot of celebrities. So Riley and I are sitting in the waiting room waiting for Allie to meet us there, and I'm looking at this guy, he's outside like talking to friends. I'm like, he looks familiar, but I didn't know why he looked familiar, just another familiar face in the crowd. So he walks in, I go, Riley, doesn't that guy look so familiar? She's like, yeah, it's Richard Sherman. I'm like, oh my God. So Richard Sherman was there, so we go sit down, and the hostess brings us to our table, we sit down, and Allie's like, oh my God, do you guys see what I see? I'm like, yeah, Richard Sherman's like right at that table behind us. She goes, no, look to your right. So I look to my right, and Emily Ratajkowski is sitting right next to us. And I'm like, and holy moly, she is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. And she was with her husband, and she was with the fat Jewish. And I think the other girl that they were with is a fat Jewish's girlfriend from what we came together on looking at them on Instagram. So they were right next to us. We can hear some of their conversation and see what they're talking about. And it's funny because at one point they were trying to figure out who Richard Sherman was, and they were literally Googling pictures on their phone. I just wanted to like tap them and be like, it's Richard Sherman. So anyways, dinner too was so cool. It was like so strange, like trying to like keep her cool, like just eating dinner next to Emily Ratajkowski and Richard Sherman. But dinner was so good. We had, we each got filet mignon, and then we each got a side to split. Allie chose veggies, I chose mac and cheese, and Riley chose garlic mashed potatoes. And the garlic mashed potatoes and the macaroni cheese, so good. And if you guys don't know, I'm a freaking ketchup freak, and I put ketchup on steak, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, corn, like literally everything. So I asked the guy for ketchup. He brings it over, and I'm eating, and I'm mixing it in my mashed potatoes, and I look up and I just see him staring at me, and I'm like, don't judge me until you try it. It's so good. You guys should try it if you haven't yet.
So we got vegetables, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese. It was so good. Then we all got filet. Allie's is still there.
So then we got an apple crisp, like a warm apple crisp for dessert. We shared that, and it was so good. So good.
So we got the apple ice cream crisp thing for dessert. Very excited.
I can't recommend Prime 112 enough. For the 3 of us, we got 3 sides, 3 steaks, and a drink each, and dessert. And I think it was like about 120 each with tip, if I'm right. It was somewhere in that price zone, so it was a little bit more of an expensive dinner, but well worth it, especially on vacation. I never mind spending more or eating more because it's an experience, and how often you're gonna get down there. So if you had the opportunity to go to these places, go. So then we're finishing up eating, and Emily Ratajkowski's table gets up, and then Richard Sherman's table gets up. So we snuck like a picture of Emily, and then Richard Sherman's table is getting up. I went to like sneak a picture with him. And if you guys don't know, Richard Sherman's not the nicest NFL player, but he gets up, walks, and we snap a picture of him. And my flesh freaking goes off. Freaking goes off. It goes off. He didn't see, his friend saw, and he just kind of gave me like a look, and I was mortified. And I think actually, now that I'm talking about this, I think my phone started to work after I restored at this point, so I'm pretty sure I have vlog footage of these things, but if I don't, I'll still kind of talk you guys through it with these videos as well. Alright guys, so it has been a hot minute. We had a rough day. Well, I had a rough day. I mean, all had a rough day after Hyde. We went back, we had a quick like midday dinner, lunch, after Hyde. We left Hyde at like 4:30ish, and we got lunch back at the pool at Lowe's, and then my phone stopped working. It was glitching out, the screen wasn't working, and then my cellular data wasn't working, and luckily there was an Apple in Lincoln, what is it called, Lincoln Road? The Lincoln Road Mall, and I got an appointment there, and shout out, I think her name was Angela. The best experience I've ever had at Apple, and coming off about like 4 bad experiences at Apple, I have to say that gained my trust back in the company. And now we are at Prime 112, and we just finished dinner. Alright, so now I can let you on in a little secret. Before, when I was vlogging, at that table right there that they're cleaning off, the Fat Jewish and Emily Radajowski were eating, and we were all kind of freaking out, trying to eat our steak without freaking too much out. And then behind me, over my right shoulder, is Richard Sherman. This place is just filled with celebrities. The worst thing that could ever happen just happened. Thank you. Thank you. I was trying to take a picture of Richard Sherman when they were walking out, and my frickin' flash went off. So then after dinner, we went to Mr. Jones. We met a promoter that Allie used to go out with, not out with, but like used to go to places with in New York. He is now Miami, so he brought us to Mr. Jones. And it was the strangest thing. So we first walk in, and it's literally all girls, and they're all having like a sushi dinner. And I'm like, what is going on? So these promoters brought these girls out for like a dinner first before a night out at Mr. Jones. So we got grouped with a table of girls from Ohio again, and different girls though. They were really nice. A little bit younger than us, but super nice girls. And then like all these like guys in these suits and like bow ties come out with ice cream sundaes, and with like the bottle like sparklers going off, and everyone gets like an ice cream thing. I didn't eat any of it. And then literally with a flip of a switch, it turns to the nightclub, and all these people are here now. All these guys, all these girls, music's going, bottles are flying, dragons are going through, people in bathtubs. It was such a fun night. That was our last night there. That was a lot of fun.
Where's that going, huh?
That was at Mr. Jones. So then we ordered an Uber to go home, and we didn't realize how close we were to our hotel. I'm like, oh my god, only $3 for the Uber, so cheap. Then I was like, oh, on the map, I'm like, we could have definitely walked this. But at this point, we were so sunburned, and all of our feet were so swollen that we looked like Jessica Simpson when she's pregnant, and I thought I had to be cut out of my shoes. I had like strappy shoes on. I'll show you how swollen my feet are. I have a video of that as well. So we get in the Uber, and it's literally like, you make a right, and you make a right, and our hotel's on the left. It literally took us 30 seconds to get home, not even a full song. I don't think we got to the chorus of the song that we were listening to. So we get to the hotel, and I'm literally crawling to our hotel room. My feet hurt so bad.
Feet are so, oh my god, they're so swollen, they hurt so bad. Just got home from what was it called, Mr. Jones?
Yeah, it was good, no?
It was fun. They had good music. Good atmosphere.
It was super close to our hotel.
It was literally a 30-second car ride from our hotel. We probably could have walked, but we didn't realize it, so we took a $3 Uber. But the music was good, the people were good. Allie's promoter friend from New York was with us, so
Does he live here?
it was a good. He lives in Miami now.
So he doesn't do New York.
He doesn't do New York anymore.
But I knew him from school. Is he the one who you went to Lava with? Yes.
Well, we had fun tonight, guys. So we are going to, I think, actually pop a bottle of champagne and head to bed. And tomorrow's our last day here, but we have a full day of sunshine and strawberry daiquiris and guacamole. So we are going to have a day tomorrow. But my feet hurt. I can't believe how swollen they are. Oh my god, they're so swollen. I think I need to take like an ice bath.
And then that was that night. So the next day was our last day there. So we had a total pool day at our pool. So we went down super early. I think we got down at like 8:30 maybe 9 o'clock, somewhere around there. We got prime location seats. So we had sun on us all the day. I went in on lunch. I got quesadillas and buffalo wings. We got one last drink. I got the Miami Express. We went down to the beach a little bit, took some pictures, put our feet in the ocean, and
just checking in. We are still at the pool. We just had lunch. I had quesadillas and buffalo wings. And let me show you the view. So we're sitting over here. It's at the north end of the pool. Just because of the sun, you know, east to west, the sun will have the most of all day. I have my legs covered because they are so burnt. My feet, Aisha, my feet look so swollen. I don't know how I'm gonna put shoes on to go home. Allie's under there editing a picture. Hey. And that is you. So relaxing. I don't want to go home.
that's pretty much it. Then we went back to the hotel, not to the hotel, we went back to the airport. So we flew out of Fort Lauderdale. It's just a little bit easier for us from where we live to fly into Fort Lauderdale. It's about a 40-minute ride from Miami. It took us about an hour and 15 minutes with traffic because of the time that we left. But our Uber driver was listening to a Spanish talk show the whole entire way up. So annoying, but whatever. I wasn't going to say anything and ruin my Uber rating. So we got to the hotel. I keep saying hotel. We get to the airport and there is a Margaritaville restaurant in the airport, and it was like, ah. So I'm like, we are eating here. I don't care what any of you guys want. We're eating Margaritaville and we are getting volcano nachos. They're the best nachos. If you have the chance, go to Margaritaville and order them. They're huge. They're so, so good.
Now we're at the airport, and a pleasant surprise is there is a Margaritaville here, which is my favorite restaurant. Your favorite restaurants too? No? No, I don't want to be in it. No. Okay, well, this is our favorite nachos. I'll show you what the nachos look like. These are the volcano nachos. If you ever have a chance to eat these, get 4 of them. They're so freaking good.
So we got an order of volcano nachos, and then I got the shrimp, but it's coconut shrimp. Their coconut shrimp is very, very good. So now we're full. We could walk right on the plane after that. It was like perfect timing. And then we made it home, and I realized that all my footage was gone. So now I'm sitting here making this video for you guys. So yeah, that's, like I said, it's kind of for me to remember and for you guys if you're going on vacation soon. But yeah, so that's the video of our vacation, half vlog, half explaining with Instagram and Snapchat pictures that I was able to recover. But that's it. If you guys have any questions, or if you want to comment on anything, or if you want to see more pictures, follow me on Instagram at KeeganCP. And next time I go on vacation, I will make sure that I use my vlog camera and that I back everything up after every hour on the hour. So that's it. Make sure you guys are subscribed down below for more travel videos. I am going on vacation very, very soon, so expect a lot of travel videos from that. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.